Nigel Farage and Nick Candy. They've flown in to meet Elon Musk to talk donations, haven't they? Candy is, of course, one of the famous Candy brothers, who are property developers. Elon Musk is a cunt. He's one of those famous software developers. Like I was thinking the other day, you know, while we're on the subject of Elon Musk, I was thinking the other day how weird it's going to be when this country, I was thinking how weird it's going to be when this country, when the United Kingdom goes full on X. Do you know what I mean? Like culturally, socially, when Britain just becomes X, you know, because at the moment, like, we're in quite a privileged position, aren't we? Us lefties, to some extent, you know, because if you're on Twitter, if you're on X, and if you don't like it, you can, if you should so wish, you can just skate off to Blue Sky. And then you're just free of it, aren't you? You know, that's what I did. I think I've talked about that a little bit before, but like I just fucked off X completely. And now, like, people like Leanderthal and Darren Grimes, they just do not feature in my life at all anymore. They don't even occur to me. I'm not exposed to them in any way. I'm just like, oh yeah, I forgot that guy existed. But you can't do that with wider society, can you? You know, if British society becomes X, you know, just infested with just lies, alt-right nonsense and hate and racism that's never reined in. And, you know, if British society goes in that direction, and it is increasingly leaning that way, right? Everyone's just wanking themselves limp over free speech and stolen elections and the weaponized judiciary, you know, the way that they do in America or the way they do on X. Like, where are you going to go when it's not just a social media platform, when it's actual society, when these cunts win? Where are you going to go? Like, you can't Blue Sky your way out of right-wing governance, can you? Like, you live in the country. You can't just go, go and check this one out. I'll go and, yeah, see you later. You can't do that. Not with countries. And so then I was thinking, right, where does that lead then? Where does that lead if you can't leave the Xified Great Britain? You know, like, let's assume the events of today carry on into tomorrow and thereafter, right? Let's assume that Labour do just keep tiptoeing around things. You know, let's assume that they aren't bold. They don't get bolder. They don't go more radical. People like me lose patience with them, more so. They're polling both on the centre-right, who never really liked them anyway, but they just wanted a bit of a change from the Tory corruption. But yesterday alone, Starmer's dissatisfaction rating apparently reached like 61%. 61% of people are like, I fucking hate this guy. Our Prime Minister on the world stage or the fucking Radio 1 introducing one. Whichever stage, I don't like it. I don't like him. I don't like his face. His head's too big for his body. Fuck him. Like, is he going to unite us? Is that the actual goal? We don't know what any of the other policies are or what the medium to long plan is. Maybe actually what it is he's seeking to unite the whole country. Started off on 20, then 37%, then now it's up to 61. You're almost there, kid. You know, if it continues going in that direction, where does that lead? Like the Tories, right? The Tories go hard right because they want power at all costs, don't they? They don't want to be stuck on the opposition benches forever. So they will be willing to do a deal with Farage. And then what happens? Farage and Tice and their sort of amalgamated right of the Tories and Reform, they continue down this, this weird alt-right road where everything is dismissible. Everything is alternative factsable. Truth doesn't matter. anymore. The Trumpification of UK politics will be complete at that point. And you might think to yourself, okay, well, maybe that'll make a lot of people happy, Aid. You know, Reform are gaining momentum. People are obviously dissatisfied with Keir Starmer and Keir Starmer's Labour Party. So, you know, if people do start running to Reform, maybe that's just what happens. Maybe that'll make a lot of people happy. But that's only because, like, at the moment, it feels like people are so deeply dug into their trenches that they've stopped kind of caring now, like if something is true or not true. You know, all they seem to care about, particularly on the right, is that the other side loses, that they're hurting the other team, that it upsets the libs. But what happens when that whole thing is complete and it starts to hit them? Like, does your divorced, angry, right-wing friend actually care that, you know, there's no evidence actually that Joe Biden stole the 2020 election? Like, literally none. Nobody has ever found anything that suggested that. Do they care that that's actual reality? That Donald Trump has been found liable for horrendous crimes on women by people and juries and lawyers and judges who have no stake in whether he wins or loses. Like, it's fact. It's reality. Do they care about that? Or do they just like it that when Hunter Biden gets found guilty, then it's like the other team, the libs, are feeling some pain. So they like that feeling that they're winning. But if we propel ourselves forward, where does it take them? You know, because it's all fun and games when rejecting reality kind of helps you to just shit on the other team. You know, like, don't tell me about stolen elections. I told you Labour would never take crime seriously. Look, he let Jimmy Savile off, didn't he? Like, it's all fun and games when it helps you to point score, proroguing Parliament or neutering the Electoral Commission. Right? All of that's fun. That's a good time when it's just hurting the libs. But what is going to happen when these same people, you know, some of whom have kids, some of whom have wives and daughters, like, one of them's going to get caught short by something, aren't they? One of them's going to get arrested or deported or detained for something, aren't they? And then they're going to have to put their case forward. They're going to, you know, against the state or the police or the Farage'd thought police or whatever. And they're just going to go like, no, this one's different. This is my wife. This is my daughter. And what you said just then, that's not true. I've looked at it. Look, I've got the papers here. It's not true. I promise you. Look right here. And then a Farage'd trooper's going to turn around and go like, well, actually, we did some digging. And it appears like she had Marxist sympathies. So I don't know what you want me to do. There's nothing I can do. I'm sorry. And I guess what I'm saying is, like, at the moment, it's all fun and games, isn't it? It's hurting the libs, owning the libs. But at some point, these people, even these people, are going to need truth and reliability and ethics. And where does that anger go then? Where does that anger go then?